The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
If you've been going to Mass as long as I have, my whole life, and you've been going to All Saints' Day as much as I have, my whole life, you notice that the Beatitudes are the gospel that's always read on this day. And why would that be? I think it's because the Beatitudes are a recipe for sainthood. You want to be a saint? Follow Beatitudes. You want to be a saint? Check on those, take a little inventory. We could take an inventory this morning. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand. Blessed are the poor in spirit. How many here poor in spirit? Don't raise your hand. Maybe at home you can raise your hand there. We hope we're poor in spirit, right? Because theirs is the kingdom of heaven. What does poor in spirit mean? It actually means rich in the use of the Holy Spirit within your heart, and poor in your own spirit, that your attitude is docile, your being is docile to the Holy Spirit. So if we're poor in spirit and allow the Holy Spirit to work through us, the kingdom of heaven is ours. How are you doing in that? I could go down the rest of the list. I don't need to go down the rest of the list, because here's the bottom line. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven. What is the goal of every Christian? To go to heaven. End of story. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Now, we want to take as many people along with us as we can, but our goal is to go to heaven. And everyone that's in heaven is a saint. Some of them have saint in front of their name, like St. John, who our church is named after. St. James, who across town that church, okay? There are some saints. There are a lot of people in heaven that have no saint in front of their name, at least not that the church has put there. But in that first reading, a great multitude, which no one could count, from every nation, every race, every people, and every tongue. If you think that we in Bartlesville and Oklahoma are the only ones that are going to be saints, we are sadly mistaken. They're coming from everywhere, because there are saints in every walk of life. And there are saints that these Beatitudes don't even match because of their actions and their love for their neighbor and their love for God and their giving of themselves. But sometimes we need to stop and take an inventory. How am I doing on acquiring my sainthood? How am I doing on that path to that great reward? In the Catholic Church, today we honor all who are in heaven. I know my mom's there because she was my mom. That was her purgatory time. She went straight to heaven. This is reality. And there may be people in your life that you feel that way too. I know my grandmother's there because of her kind heart. I know my dad is there. Now, are they there in this minute? Are they still in purgatory? You know, once you die, you're outside of time. It doesn't matter because you move into eternity. We're all locked into time. 24 hours a day. It's the great equalizer. Everybody has the same 24 hours. And that's the point. How do we live those 24 hours? So that when we come to that point where we're outside of time, can Jesus open his arms? Can the angels walk us into heaven? It all depends on what that 24 hours a day looks like for us now. Where our heart's at. What our response is for the love that God gives us. How we love our neighbor. How we love our enemy. How we serve those in need. Is it a works-based path to heaven? No. It's gift. It's gift from God. He sent his Son to die for us so that we might go there. And our response to that gift is giving him ourselves. Our response to that gift is being meek, like it says, blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who seek righteousness. That's our response to the gift he has given us. May we treasure that gift. May we live our lives in the kind of response that puts us on the road to sainthood. So that in the communion of saints, when we have passed and All Saints' Day is celebrated, we are there in heaven in that celebration.